Make room for Javi.
Today is day 35 of 365, and today's project is to organize a whole bunch of boxes. Time to get a plumbing box. It's been 3 or 4 days now. The garage doors are working swimmingly. The beautiful thing about those garage doors and having them automated is that if you leave the door open for too long, it lets you know. I know because it let me know. Here's another wonderful story for you. This morning at 5:30, my wife goes back to work, and lo and behold, no water. We're on a well. Unfortunately, where the well is located, it's pitch black. I grabbed a flashlight, went outside, checked the breaker. Breaker wasn't blown. That's a good sign. I went over to the well house. Unfortunately, the gauge read 0. The well was not on. I flipped the breaker off and on. Nothing. It had to be postponed until the morning. So I was already up at 5:30, 6 a.m. Might as well wait. Sunrise rolls around. I head over to the well house. Luckily, for the moment, it's a quick fix. Turns out that the pressure switch, well, it's 7 years old. It shouldn't be that corroded, but it was corroded. It's been weathered and didn't make good contact. No big deal. I put the breaker off. I hit it a few times, turned the breaker back on. Well came right back on. I went inside. I ordered a new pressure switch, and I'll be working on that later. So normally I'm an optimistic person, but this morning when she said the well was off, and I saw that the breaker had not tripped, I was worried about the pump going bad. And it's only 7 years old, hasn't gotten that much use until the last year that we've been in the house. So I'm quite happy that it was, as I somewhat expected, but feared the worst. Bought a new pressure switch. I'll install it when it comes in, and that's that. Now in this house, I try to prepare for every single eventuality. Having to contend with a well pump in the middle of the dark was definitely unforeseen for me. When I go back to fix the pressure switch, I'm going to install some sort of motion lights in there. Eventually, I'm going to add to my project list, and I want to make a bigger well house, something that I could stand up comfortably in, just maybe with a regular door. Because right now I've got a little tiny, looks like a general store, but a tiny one. I'd like something a little bit nicer. Now, mind you, when it comes to well houses, one thing you definitely would like to do is have some sort of a bolt-down system and a hook. Let me clarify. When the time comes to change the pump, crane has to get in there to lift it, so there has to be clearance for the crane. I mean, obviously, you could just leave the well outside. Eventually, what I'll do is run the cable underground and have the pressure switch and everything here. Well, you know what they say, all's well that ends well.
Make room for Javi.